Hey guys, so I'm back with Wednesday's recipe for this week's Cooking Light menu. So tonight's recipe is something that I've made many times. This one calls for Penne Pasta, and it says with sausage, cannellini beans, and kale. So in the recipe that they give, they also add sun-dried tomatoes. But basically, besides the sun-dried tomatoes, the ingredients in the recipe are the same that I always use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I make this pasta every time I make it. I'm not even really going to look at the recipe that they posted, but I am going to post it for you so that you have it to follow. And then I'll also post a link to another post of mine that has my recipe. So either way, it's a really good idea for a weeknight dinner. It's very easy to make. So there you have it. So what I'm doing now is just finishing up browning some andouille sausage. Fennel sausage is really good in this recipe. Kind of whatever sausage you have on hand, just use. And this happened to be in the casing, and I just took it out of the casing, crumbled it up, and I like to get a really good brown on it. You can see it's pretty much done at this point. So I'm going to remove it from the pan, get some water boiling, and go on to the next step. Okay, after you take out the sausage from the pan, in the same pan, go ahead and add about 3/4 of a cup to a cup of chopped onions, however much you like onions. Put those in there and kind of move those around. They'll start to kind of deglaze the bottom of the pan. Put those for a couple minutes, and well, maybe a minute, and then you can add the kale. And I have the kale right here, just chopped up. So just pop that in. And while you're doing this, make sure you have some water. Bring that to a boil. And that way you'll be ready to put in your pasta. So then just stir this up. And you probably want to hit it with a little extra olive oil, just so there's enough moisture. And then also go ahead and hit this with some salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes. Okay, so after about a minute, the kale will be nice and bright green, and the onions are cooked nicely. Everything's pretty much lifted off from the bottom of the pan. So you can go ahead, and I've hit it with salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes. So now I'm just going to add the cannellini beans. I've rinsed or drained them and also rinsed them. Add those. Stir those in. And then you can go ahead and add as much of the sausage that you want in the mixture. I just cooked up the whole, I think it was probably 1.5 pounds of sausage. You don't need to use all of it. Just put in as much as you want to, and then stir that up. Okay, so when the pasta's done, and I used penne here, just go ahead and add it to the pan, and stir that around a little bit, and then you're going to add, I'm actually turning the fire back on because I had it off while the penne was finishing. Just go ahead and stir it up, and then add some of the chicken broth to it. Just enough, I don't know, maybe, I think I usually add about 1/2 cup or so. It's not to make a huge sauce, it's just to kind of meld everything together. So go ahead and do that. Okay, and then just sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on the top and stir that in. And everything will just start to turn into a creamy sauce. Well, not a sauce that you would normally think of, but it all just kind of melds together, as I said before. And that is about it. Let this kind of hang out in the pan for a couple of minutes. But you'll see, like, right here, the beans, they get kind of creamy, and then the cheese kind of melts, so that's what I mean by sauce. So it's really good. Okay, so I'm just going to plate it and hit it with a little more cheese on top, and then we are ready to go. And here's the final product. Just plate it or put it in a bowl or however you want to serve it, and hit it with some Parmesan cheese, and that is about it. It's really, really good. Hope you like it, and I will see you tomorrow with Thursday's meal.